survival shows under different labels or entertainment groups. However, their structure of these survival shows are generally the same. The show begins with auditions. This involves a lot of trainees, so the number of contestants can be narrowed down. Then the contestants will train, which includes them living together in a dorm where they will wake up, eat, and train. They usually receive training from K-pop idols, former K-pop idols, singing coach, dance coaches, or just industry professionals. Then the challenges begin, which involves weekly challenges where they are instructed to sing to a song, dance, or perform. This tends to be in a group, and as the weeks get longer, the groups get shorter every week. During the end of the week, there are elimination rounds where contestants are eliminated based on how well they performed or their rank due to the viewers' votes or judges' opinion. By the final round, there are usually a small group of contestants left. They will then debut and perform a song. By the final round, there are usually a small group of contestants left. They will then perform a song and debut. Then the group is formed and they begin their thriving careers in the K-pop industry. On paper, this sounds perfect and fair as their chance to become one step closer to their dreams. Some K-pop groups which you might recognize are Girls Plan 999 with Kepler, Produce 101 with iZone and Wanna One, YG Treasure Box with Treasure, Are You Next by Hyde. Many K-pop idols currently have entered the industry as a minor, which is insane to even think about. And there are some K-pop idols, which I will not mention, that are still minors in groups today. I remember seeing a K-pop survival show which had a 12-year-old trainee competing. If I round her age to the nearest 10, she would be 10. Only 10 years of age, where are your parents? One, I don't think I have to state why this is wrong, but I will. The K-pop industry is very demanding. Throwing a literal child in a competition that have legal adults crying in isn't okay. I watched a drama which gave me an insight to the lives of trainees and idols. There was a K-drama I had watched where the side character had decided from a really young age that he wanted to become an idol, so he threw himself into the whirlpool of singing, dancing, and all of the above, only for his entertainment company to cancel his contract and say the group he was in wasn't bringing in much money, so they canceled everything. Due to it being a very demanding industry, when he was a teen, he couldn't spend that much time in school. So in the end, he had nothing. His own members even started to resent him because he became too quote-unquote emotional. As I said, this is a K-drama, but this is more common than I would like to think. No one, especially young children, should be exposed to this kind of environment. For example, Wonyoung, who is one of the girls who won Produce 48 and gained a spot in Is One when she was only 13 years of age. Since then, the group has disbanded, and now Wonyoung is in a well-known fourth-gen group, IVE, and although Wonyoung is now 19, there is another member in IVE, Lee Seo, who is currently 16 now but 14 during the first debut. K-pop survival shows also take a huge toll on the contestants' mental health. The public is watching your every move. The entertainment groups that produce the shows use cameras and editing to twist the narrative they want to push, which has created unnecessary hatred for trainees who have genuinely done nothing wrong but move their eyebrows at the wrong time. Yep, that's their offense, moving their eyebrows while taking a break while the cameras are on. The rejection and elimination rounds are quote-unquote allegedly rigged, which gives anxiety to the contestants, because if this is true, no matter how hard you try, it is never and never will be good enough. The first K-pop survival show I ever watched was Girls Planet 999, the season where Kepler was formed. And let me just say, I have never watched a show with a confused face throughout the entirety of it. I mean, from what I can remember, it involves girls from Japan, China, and Korea. 3 girls from each country will make the group, and the way it was structured, it honestly felt like they didn't want the girls from the other countries to do well. Some judges will even go as far as to over-critique the performance for girls who genuinely had talent. Groups or girls will get on the stage and quack like a duck. You blink and they are suddenly in the final, like how? And don't even get me started in the votes. The way they would rank the girls and eliminate them scream rigged. They may as well have called it the rigged survival show. It was so clear. They would give like 80% of the votes to the Korean population and 20% of the votes to the international population, bearing in mind this is a survival show involving people from different countries. Apart from the horrendous cuts and jumps to stir the pot from the production team, it was just a mess, a huge one. And honestly, back in 2020 to 2021, I thought it was just this survival show that was a little shady. A similar thing happened to Are You Next this year, where the viewers felt like the show was rigged and some people didn't deserve to win. This also occurs in male survival shows. However, I haven't watched any, so I can't really state my opinion on the specifics. So now let's read some forums and see what people have to say. Some wrote a post saying, "Why do K-pop fans love to complain about survival shows but never stop watching them?"
They said it's ridiculous. Apparently every single survival show is rigged, but are they not the ones who keep watching? Now they're complaining about Hybe's show because the international vote only accounted for 2 out of the 6 members. I have never watched a survival show, but if you have, what is the actual pulling point? K-pop fans have turned me off so much from it, and I seriously don't get it. I understand one of the produce groups were actually illegally rigged, but if that's the case, why do these people keep watching and voting then complaining about evil editing and evil manette when they already know how the game goes? It's annoying to see all the time.
Change in this industry. I have only watched one survival show and I plan on making it my last, but I can see where they are coming from. Some people commented on this post and said,
The same reason people complain about the K-pop industry in general and how harmful it is, yet still support the industry. Fans are hypocrites. Also, all this stuff is already decided. No votes from the public are going to sway who wins, because the company has already decided on the marketing and promotion plans for group. The show is just one big, drawn-out commercial.
The companies can pay beforehand so that their trainees make the group no matter what transpires on the show. This benefits them later on so that their trainees gain popularity and a fan base for when they debut with the company after the survival group disbands. It provides reassurance and a set timeline for them. Other times, the show producers want to choose members who they feel will actually benefit the group.
So I have recently read an article by the 34th Street by Derek Wong on why K-pop survival shows remain popular. And it was great. Here are some of the topics they mentioned.
The show is still plagued with issues, from the continuation of their infamous evil editing, to blatant racism to the foreign idols as described by many Chinese trainees. Numerous reports from eliminated trainees spoke out about unfair training conditions, like lack of bathroom privileges and fewer meals, that border on violating basic human rights. The shows were also accused of multiple instances of evil editing in which Manette intentionally edited contestants in order to sway the audience's opinion.
Someone created a post in the All K-pop forum titled, "Why do survival shows all flop these days?"
On the contrary, we have new gens that has nothing to do with any show that smashed from the start. Why did survival shows fall off?
Another person replied and commented,
Hard to take them in good faith when some of the biggest shows have been rigged from the start. Who's to say most of them aren't fixed in some way with evil editing, biased judges, or allowing external parties to vote?
"A lesson we can learn from the K-drama I was talking about earlier in this video is that just
In
because
my
you have
opinion,
made it
even
to
if
the
it
final
didn't rig
round
survival
in a group,
shows,
you are
do you
not
really
guaranteed
think they wouldn't
success.
do the same
And
thing behind
unfortunately,
closed
this has
doors?
occurred in
They
K-pop
probably
survival
do,
shows,
and they
continue
some
to
groups
do it.
have
And even if
debuted
it
and it
hasn't
doesn't
done
do
well,
it
there are
due to
other
the
companies
multiple
who will
reasons,
rig
including
shows.
the
Boycotting
oversaturation
them
of the
wouldn't create a
industry.
permanent. The negative response due to the alleged rigging of the show painting the group in a negative light, and the label not promoting them as they should. Just listing a few of the many controversial things is giving me a headache. I just wish well for the trainees and upcoming idols because this industry isn't all rainbows and sunshine. All in all, I don't want to say that all K-pop survival groups are bad because a lot of groups have become successful. But you cannot deny the way in which these producers edit the episodes is hella shady. The judges over-critique any and everything, the voting system, not giving the trainee members equal time, making the trainees work hard knowing full well you have the list of people who have reached the final and the first episode hasn't even been recorded. I am sure you have all heard the things happening in Palestine. I have left links in the description for ways you can help if you can't donate. Forums and websites used in this video are in the description. Thanks for watching.
Back then, survival shows always put out hit groups that can compete with top standing groups. Recently, we have KPOP that are from GP999 class, Y from My Teenage Girls and Tan from Wild Idols and all flop.